guys, this is Sasha from Tarot Mater, and I am going to be doing a pick a card reading today. If you're following me on Instagram, you maybe have taken the time to meditate on your card already, or take a couple of deep breaths and select the card that you felt resonated with you best. If not, I'm going to be editing in an image of the same post that I put on Instagram, which is sasha.pez. That way you can just take time and pick your card. We have a couple of interesting cards. I did 3 piles. I used a couple of oracles. I used 3 oracle decks and 2 tarot decks. I'm using Goddess of the Moon oracle. I'm using a numerology oracle. I'm using Oracle of Mystical Moments. I'm using the Chekali tarot and the Tarot of 1001 Nights. Okay, let's get started. If you are reading one, pile number 1, which will, I want to say this is a jasper, like a red jasper. This was given to me, and I ordered, I think, a box of tarot, and they gave me this stone, which is very root chakra energy and grounding, and it feels really good. But I don't know if it is a jasper. If you know exactly what it is, feel free to let me know. I'm operating under the assumption that it's a jasper. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm cool with that. If you picked the first pile, it will be this stone, okay? And we will get started. So also, just to note, these are general readings. If they don't resonate, that's okay. Not every reading is going to resonate with you. If they don't resonate right now, they may resonate later on. It just maybe could also not be the reading for you at this time. If it does resonate and you feel called to it, feel free to leave a comment, like, or subscribe, share with your friends, whatever. Follow me on Instagram, sasha.pez. Again, this is going to be pile number 1, and we're going to start with the Oracle of the Moon. Actually, let's open all of them up. So you've got some interesting cards. I will fan them out for you, and we'll get to it one by one. This is a general reading. I did not meditate on anything in particular. I just said whatever it is that the querent or the seeker needs to hear today, Spirit, just guide me into whatever that message is. It doesn't have to be love. It doesn't have to be money. It doesn't have to be career. This is a very general reading, okay? So for pile number 1, this is going to be for you. We have the Queen of Swords. I don't know if you can see that really well. I love the Chekali tarot, by the way. It's just so beautiful. So with the Queen of Swords, we have cup and we have air, and I like to think of these things very similarly, because I feel like wands and pentacles is those are very action-oriented elements, whereas cups and air are very thought-feeling oriented, non-action, just kind of like introspective almost at times. And so for the oh my god, I can't say this. For the Queen of Swords, sorry, that was so hard. For the Queen of Air, really, what we get is somebody who has this deep sentimentality about them, but who also is both logic and heart. And this might be calling you to sink into the heart a little bit more, to find your heart space a little bit more, to use your thoughts and to use your intellect and to use the information that you have collected in order to see how you're feeling, and to not ignore the intuition to develop what it is that the information might mean to you. Let's get some more cards out. Oh, I'm shaking my camera. I'm sorry, guys. Let's get some more cards out so that we can better understand what this is saying. So we also have King of Swords. So funny, because these are from 2 different decks. This is Tarot of 1001 Nights, and this is the King of Swords. And I love this deck because you really get a full story here. So these people are bowing to the King's feet, right? And this is air, which is thought, intellect, the way you see things. It's also like things moving quickly, like rapid movement. And then you get fire, which Kings really represents fire, and that is really somebody with a lot of passion and vigor and desire, and somebody who can really, so this is a lot of like, sorry guys, I dropped a card, give me 1 second. This is a lot of really understanding understanding how what you're thinking about, like how the thoughts are manifesting in your passion and in your desires. And I think it's really asking you to kind of ask yourself if what you're thinking and how you're perceiving your situation is really supporting what it is that you want out of the situation. Are you feeling empty about it? Are you feeling fulfilled about it? I get that there's actually a passion and a fire in you to push forth your thought. You're having some new ideas about how you want to go about your experiences in life. Is it career? No, I don't get career. I get just like your perspective, like you're having a really severe or serious perspective shift on maybe your past and what you've been thinking about, how you've been thinking about the world, how you've been thinking about maybe your childhood, your experiences. Maybe this is a lot of inner child healing for you. The cups and the fire really working together to say there's a lot of emotionality and intuition and drive to what it is that you're thinking about. You have those 2 sword cards as your tarot. And then we have the red garden. And this person is really somebody who is kind of at one and in peace. And like, this is somebody who has like become one with their environment and has really been able to soak in all of the information that they've been getting, like all of the downloads, all of the research, all of like just understanding what's happening around you, and really being able to then go in and say, okay, all of this serves my greater good. Like this is meant to be happening. This life happens for me, not to me, and I can, which is something that one of my closest friends says all the time. But life happens for me, not to me, and like this is like these mean something, and the information I'm getting is valid, and like how I feel about it is valid. And we get that too with our next card, which is individuality, which is like, you know what, you're able to stand in your own personal truth right now, and you're able to be driven by your own personal passions right now. And don't allow anybody to tell you that how you're feeling, what you're thinking, what you're going through is not valid, because right now you're really being asked to stand there and find acceptance, right? Find peace. Find peace about your circumstances. Find peace in what you're going through. Find peace in your thoughts. Understand that everything is serving your greater good, and that you are having new ideas about how you want to live your life. You're having new ideas about boundaries. You're having new ideas about who you want to allow to your life. And I say boundaries because we've got the cup, right? We've got, was it the Queen of Swords? Yes. We've got the Queen of Swords. And when I think about like how you're thinking of things, and I think about like the physical nature of water, and I think about the physical nature of air, like things being able to move through both of these things and having this fluidity, maybe it's actually having a fluid space with yourself, but also needing or being called to develop a firm boundary with other people, and being mindful of what it is that you are absorbing, and being allowed to stand in your own space without needing the input of other people, because water and air tends to take on a lot, right? It tends to take on that of everything else and then expand outward to give it back out. Make sure that you're operating from a space of your own feelings, your own thoughts, and don't be so heavily influenced by other people. Find peace and make peace with who it is that you truly are for yourself, and know that it's valid. Like, you don't need anybody to approve of your worth. I don't know if that hits. I don't know if that resonates for you, but wow. I mean, this is beautiful. Look at, this is the final card, and like it's like she's at peace with herself. She's finding oneness. She's finding, you know, this is the third to last card, right? Like this is the first oracle card, and this is like, I am connected and everything does serve me, and there is something for me to gain in my situation that I just didn't know I had to gain before. And so I wonder if you're being kind of pressed, like if people are questioning your motives or your intentions, or if people are questioning how you think and feel about things, and they're saying, I don't think that's the right way, maybe you should try this, or, you know, maybe no, what you're feeling right now and what you're thinking right now and what you're thinking about what you're feeling, connect the two, because they're going to give you a fuller story. You're the only person who can write your narrative for you. Don't allow anybody else to try to take away that power from you and try to manipulate you into thinking and feeling things that you don't think and feel. You are really being called to stand on your own 2 feet, and you're really being supported by the universe right now. You're being pushed in that direction, and you can do it. You can stand on your own 2 feet. You have all of the information. Your intuition is guiding you, and you're just fully capable. And I feel like if you've picked pile number 1 today, it's because you needed a reminder that you're totally and fully capable of being yourself, standing on your own emotionally and intellectually, and no longer needing the validation or the input from the outside world and from society. I also get like breaking away from societal expectation, breaking away from the pressures of society. I also get be mindful of the thoughts and feelings that you're taking in from other people. Maybe they come to you for advice a lot. Maybe people want to give you advice a lot. Maybe you're kind of like the wise person in your group, your friend group or your family, or the one who's thinking outside of the box when it comes to things and being able to move a little bit more fluidly. And maybe that's being pressed. Like maybe people are like wanting you to have a little bit more structure, because you didn't get any pentacles. You don't have that. There's no like foundation to the reading. There's no like physical structure, 3D structure to the reading. It is more about the feeling space, right? And it's like, actually, your feeling space is what brings stability for you, because you're on point. Like whoever it is that is watching this, you're on point with your thoughts. You're on point with your feelings. It's almost like you're guided through your feelings, and you have almost like a very natural intuition about things that people often question, or that you yourself are questioning. You're like, am I bugging? Am I going crazy? Is this for real? It's for real. Whatever it is, like this is not about, again, this is a general reading, so this is not about getting into the specifics about what it is that you're going through, but it's about reminding you that your feelings are valid and that your intuition is on point. Whatever it is that you are going through, be it love, money, moving, all of that, like problems with children, whatever, like I say that because I have my child is really putting me through the ringer lately, and it is showing up in my life. It's making me stressed. But anyway, your intuition and like your feelings about life right now are they're on point. Don't let anybody manipulate you into feeling otherwise, but also be mindful and make sure you're setting a strong boundary that your feelings are your feelings and that you're not picking up on the emotions of others. Because I get that you maybe you're very empathetic and you're really picking up on what other people might be feeling or putting out. You want to make sure that you're not like leaning into the fear and paranoia of other people, because you're being called to operate from a higher space. You're being called to operate from a very spiritual space, and you maybe are not aware that it's a spiritual space, but it is, because you're so plugged in, you're so tapped in. And if you're wondering what's going on with you, it's that you're being summoned by your guides, by your ancestors, by spirit. Spirit is summoning you right now, and you better answer that call, because it's going to keep knocking. It's not a call that you can miss. They just knock, 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 knock. You there? You ready? You ready? You ready? And you're ready. You're ready to separate your personal identity from the identity that other people wish for you to have, okay? I feel excited for you. Step into that power. Like, just know that everything is happening to you for a very good and divine reason, and that you can trust yourself. Like, that's the biggest thing I'm picking up, is learn how to trust yourself, and learn that you don't need everybody else to approve you and your thoughts and your opinions and your feelings, to validate them, to say, no, you're right, you good. You don't need that. They might not give you the you good, you right. And that's okay, because you are good and you are right, okay? Anyway, loves, if that resonates, and I hope it does, because that's such a beautiful message. If that resonates, feel free to drop a comment, meditate on it. Some journal prompts that you can do. Where do I deny my own intuition? Where am I feeling like I don't trust myself? Where can I have stronger boundaries with other people? Do I feel like my heart space and my head space are linked together? Do I feel like my thoughts and my love and my emotions match? Or do I feel like my heart is leading me somewhere else and I'm trying to logic my way out of where I'm being led? Or my logic is leading me somewhere else and I'm trying to love my way out of where I'm being led? Okay? These are questions that you can ask yourself to kind of get a little bit deeper, because this is just scratching the surface. If you want a deeper reading and you feel called to it, feel free to message me on Instagram. That is Sasha, Sasha.Pez, Pez. I will also link that in the description box below. But otherwise, I'm wishing you all the best. I'm sending you all of my love, and you got this. Like, don't doubt yourself. You got this. All right, take care. If you picked number 2, this reading is for you. And that's going to be, now, is this a spirit amethyst or a spirit quartz? Like, does spirit amethyst exist? Guys, I am like, I used to be so on point with my crystals, and it's just been so long that I'm just like not on point with them anymore. And that's okay. I love the energy of this quartz so much, or this amethyst so much. I just want to say it's a quartz, but it looks so much like an amethyst. But I love the energy of this so much, and it feels so healing for me. And so I don't shy away from using it, just if I know, just like not knowing the name doesn't scare me at all. Feel free to let me know. Thank you, loves. But if you're pile 2 and that was the crystal that you picked, this reading is going to be for you. Let's see what you got. All right. Okay. We've got, let's start with the tarot. Nicoletta Checkley's coming first. 4 of Cups. She is so feeling. This person is like crying in their little, like, what is that called? Snow globe, kind of. And this is a really great depiction of the 4 of Cups, like a traditional 4 of Cups, I feel like. Well, maybe. Anyway, so what I get from this and what I get from the 4 of Cups is like 4 is really about the foundation of something, the structure, but it can also be like having stuck thinking, like not being able to move past your own train of thought, like not being open-minded. And the 4 is really, and the Cups is really about fluidity in and of itself, and like having this emotional space. So this might be feeling emotionally stuck, or being emotionally closed off, or being emotionally guarded. This might be you like closing yourself off from the world. And then we get the 10 of Wands, which is like there's a huge sense of responsibility right now. You may not be opening the emotional space right now. You may be guarded for a good reason and feeling like you've been like your trust has been betrayed, or you're not feeling so good about things, and you're kind of because you're not feeling good about things, you're kind of closing off. There's a huge sense of responsibility for you, like you're carrying the weight of everything, but know that you're at the finish line and you just need this final push. Like you're gonna do it, you're gonna get to the other side, but it's gonna require you to open up a little bit more. Let people in, let people know how you're feeling. They want to know how you're feeling. They want to be receptive. For this reading, I'm getting it's like a dynamic with maybe your home life, other people. It's a domestic situation. So we got the elixir of life, which is like somebody who wants to see in through the truth. She's looking into this rose and she's looking for how this rose connects to her, and she wants to feel connected to it. I dropped my cards, sorry guys. She wants to feel connected to this rose. She wants to feel connected to life, but it requires like looking into it and knowing that the rose does have thorns, and knowing that it's still beautiful even though it has thorns. Like you don't have to close off your emotional self in order to be loved and accepted. And maybe you feel like you have to close off yourself because you have to carry the weight for everybody. You have to be strong for everybody. There's that emotional burden. There's that feeling of responsibility. And I understand that, but there's also that like connecting to truth and being open and honest and creating the fluidity within your dynamic that's going to help you to open up. All right, we get domestic harmony. Yes, this is very domestic. And you know, you not opening yourself up creates an imbalance, or maybe you're dealing with somebody who doesn't feel open. I think that you're burdened though, and I think that that's causing you to shut down or be a little bit upset, or even be closed-minded, like not thinking outside of the box about new solutions, or not feeling like you can open up in this way, not feeling safe because you can't cry, you can't let your feelings be known. You're dealing with something that's difficult, and you have to carry the weight of it all. Like it's your responsibility. You're the one who carries it for the family. But when you open up, you're going to find that you're so supported. You have to trust. Like this is about trusting. You have to trust that opening up, like you're in a safe space to be able to do that, and that you're going to be received well, like what it is that you're wanting out of the situation, which is almost like for some pressure to be relieved. Like there will be somebody who will help you carry the burden, or who can emotionally support you, but you have to stop closing yourself off, and you have to trust that you chose your partner, you chose this life. Like you chose this life for a reason, and these hardships that you're experiencing, you don't have to experience alone. You can be loved and supported and guided completely through it, okay? And that might be hard for you. Trust, right? You're having some trust issues. And trust, like you have double trust. Like you have like elixir of life is like, what is the root? What is the cause of all this? How do I see that this is going to serve me if I can listen to the calling? Like if I can open up and not clamp up and not constrict in such a way, and I trust that I will be supported, then I will actually be supported. I'm not going to be left abandoned. Maybe you have abandonment issues. Maybe you feel like if you don't hold it down, and if you're not the responsible one, if you're not the one carrying all of the burden, things will fall apart. Trust that you will be supported the entire way. Trust that your partner, your life, your dynamic, your family, whatever it is, they will understand. They will want to understand. Even if they don't, they will be willing to learn. They will be willing to help you. They want to see you thrive, and they can sense that there's something off with you right now. You know that there's something off. Like you're just restricting, you're contracting, you're just closing in so much. I don't know if you're a Cancer, but that might be I don't know, like I just get like being very closed off emotionally, but also like maybe that you needed this message so that you can be reminded that actually people want to love and support you, and you're blocking them away from being able to do that. And so it's just creating tension and friction, and you feel like, but they don't get it, they don't see me, they don't understand. Like, why do I have to tell them? Why can't they just know that there's something wrong? Well, people can't read minds. Like that's the simple reason why they can't understand what's going on. And maybe you feel taken advantage of. Maybe you feel like, well, just this is obvious, just help me out. This is the obvious thing, just figure it out with me, like help me out right now. And it's like, it's not obvious for them, it's not obvious for whoever you're going through this with. It's obvious for you because you are in your mind and in your heart, but you're also closing your mind and your heart to other people, and you're like, I got it, it's fine, I got it, it's fine, don't worry about it, don't worry about it, don't worry about it. But now you're overburdened and you're crumbling, and now that frustration is turning into resentment, which is bleeding out into your domestic life, and it doesn't have to. This could also be with work. Honestly, this could be with like feeling overburdened at work, and like feeling like your boss is not listening to you, and feeling like there's nothing that you can say or do, but you're also not expressing that you need a little bit more support during this time. I don't know why that just came up. That may not be the truth. Again, this is a general reading, so it may not resonate with everybody, but if you picked pile 2, you're being asked to open up and stop constricting so much. Your feelings are safe, and it's okay to feel the full range of emotions that you are feeling, and you don't have to judge yourself for feeling however it is that you're feeling right now. Like honestly, we tend to do that a lot when these are feelings that don't resonate with how we like to identify ourselves, but the reality is that we're human beings before anything else. Like we're spirit bodies also before anything else. And so like before we're a mother, before we're a sister, before we're a friend, before we're a partner, we are still just ourselves, right? And we're still just connected to the whole. And so there's so much going on right now that creates so much tension and so much sense of responsibility and burden to figure it out. And like you're being called on to like connect to your resources, connect to your family, connect to your loved ones, connect to the core of which you feel like you are supported, and know that you're going to be safe in reaching out, and you're not going to be rejected in reaching out. You are going to be embraced. I almost get this picture of like everybody coming together to hug you, or like you feeling like you're alone, but like somebody being like, yo, I got you. Like I've just been waiting for you to tell me, because I don't want, like I just get that like somebody doesn't want to assume and make you feel bad, but they don't know, they know that something's wrong and something's different, but they're not understanding exactly what is different. And so it's really on you to open up if you want assistance with this. And it doesn't even have to be like financial assistance or assistance around the house or assistance with this and that. It could just be like having an open ear and like somebody who will be emotionally supportive for you when you say, this is hard, I'm struggling, maybe I'm depressed, maybe I don't feel good, I'm upset, I'm frustrated. Like they want to hear you out, they want to support you in this way, which maybe is a surprise, because maybe you guys are not very emotional beings, or you're usually the one that can hold it together, and they might be the emotional one a lot of the time. But it's okay for you to not be able to hold it together right now. Like what does that even mean? Like you're a person, you're allowed to have expression, you know, you don't have to be the one that's holding it together all the time. And if you don't let other people know, then you will just assume that that's what they expect, when that's not what they expect. They're waiting for you to open up. I don't know if that resonates with you. If you feel called to it, like, share, subscribe. Otherwise, though, that one's very clear and concise. That one's very like, all right, I see you clamping up. That's not going to serve you, okay? Know that you're safe. This message is for you to know that you're safe. Know that you can express yourself. Know that you can open up, and know that you will be supported in opening up, okay? If you feel like you want a deeper reading and you want something not so general, but something a little bit more specific, feel free to reach out to me, message me on my Instagram. That is Sasha, SASHA .pez, which is .pez. I will link the my handle down there in the description box below. But otherwise, my love, that is the message that I have for you today, that Spirit has for you today. I just want you to feel embraced, and I want you to feel loved, because you really are, and you don't have to go through whatever it is that you're going through by yourself, okay? So I am sending you off with so many blessings and so much peace. Take care. Hey loves, if you selected pile 3, then that is this stone right here. This is not a bloodstone. I don't know what stone this is. Guys, I picked out 3 stones, and I have no clue. I have like so many other stones, and I know all of them, and I picked out the 3 that I don't really know, which is so funny. But that's fine. I'm like cool with that. If you know what this is, let me know, because this is the stone you picked out. It feels so good. Like, I've been so drawn to these like reddish purpley stones. Anyway, if you picked pile number 3, this one is for you. We're gonna start with tarot. You got an interesting read, guys. All right, so we got the Knight of Cups. So knights are air, so air of water. You've got the World also. So the Knight of Cups, like, this person is somebody who is going to make a plan before they take an action. But they're very emotional, and like what they're thinking, like how they plan, or how they think about what they're gonna go do, because knights tend to be very young and energetic, and almost like this, like, you can't tell me shit type of energy. Like, they know everything, even though they don't have the experience to know everything, and they don't actually know everything. It is this false confidence that often leads them astray. But the Knight of Cups is really somebody who is just like, how I feel and what I love and what I put into this is gonna get me through. Like, I know it, I feel it. It's just like, love will save all. I'm passionate, I believe it, and like, that's the kind of energy that you get from the Knight of Cups. So this is somebody who is really thinking about how they're feeling, and really excited about how they're feeling, and really ready to take a leap. And then we get the World, and this World card is interesting in that you have 2 people coming together, and so it's like, are you ready to change your experiences? Are you harmonizing with everything that the universe is throwing at you? Are you taking all of these elements of air, fire, wands, water, air, fire, wands, water, air, fire, pentacles, water, you know what I mean? And like, combining it all together to create a new world, to create a new life for you. You are equally a part of the world as much as the world is equally a part of you. And you are manifesting something beautiful, and you're very excited about how you're feeling about it. You're very excited to get going. There is this youthful energy, this like, just ready. I just get the sense that you're ready. And then you get No Rain today, which is kind of like this Oracle deck's version of the Sun card. There's so much like hope and joy and excitement and like good vibes heading your way. You're ready for a change. Yes, things are shifting for you, and I feel like they're shifting for the better. Like, you are really... you're really about to embark on something new and exciting, and I'm excited for you. Like, I have all this excited energy right now, because like the energy that I get from this reading is just like somebody who has been maybe not knowing if what they're feeling is correct, or not knowing if they should, but they're like, I don't know, I'm really feeling it, like, should I take the leap, and it's like, yeah girl, boy, whatever, take the leap. Like, you're being so supported. Like, change is coming, change is here for you. No rain today, right? Like, there's only sunshine and like love, and all this love and light available to you. Like, whatever work that you've been doing and putting out there is going to come. You're ready. You've been working to change the pattern. Like, you've been working to break the mold, to get out of the old cycle, and you have opened up the path, and you're ready to take that new step into this like new cycle. oh, I don't want to say new cycle, but you're ready to, it's like almost like I see you at the doorway and you're like, I don't know, it looks cool, it looks really exciting, I'm feeling it, I don't know, should I do it? And like the world is saying, the universe is saying, yeah, we totally support this, we harmonize with this, like you're in harmony with this new beginning, and we are so excited for you to go on and take it. It's going to be filled with lots of love. The feeling that you're feeling, that excitement and that idea of like, should I go along for this ride? I don't know. Maybe you have a little bit of fear, but I think that your excitement is overriding your sense of fear, which is great, because you need to follow that feeling. I don't get that it'll be bad for you. Like you literally got the change card. Like this is a new feeling for you. So it might feel uncomfortable, but it's totally taking you the right way. And then here's resistance. Like, don't resist the changes. Don't resist this new beginning. There's excitement, but that excitement can easily change into fear for you, because you might have an anxious energy about it, or maybe have been betrayed, or maybe like we are living people, and I don't know anybody who's not experienced like hurt or betrayal or rejection or whatever, but this resistance is not going to serve you along for this change. Like you need to be able to let it go and almost like ask the universe, like, okay, hey, how do I release my resistance? How do I release my fear? How do I get comfortable with being in a new space? I'm in a new space and I'm excited about this, but excitement can easily be anxiety and nervousness. And like, how do I navigate that space and like leave myself open to receiving all of the blessings that you have for me, but also feel confident that I can take care of myself if anything were to go wrong, right? And it's like, you trust. You stop resisting it. You stop saying, oh, well, I don't know. You go in and you say, I was divinely guided into this space, and I accept that I am here, and I am excited to be here. I am excited for everything that it's going to come with, good, bad, ugly, indifferent. Like, I know that I'm in a new space. I know that I'm operating from a new level of being, and I am ready for the blessings that comes with, and the lessons that might come with, because there may be some lessons, but it's just time. Like, I almost get like you've leveled up. Like, I don't know, like you've entered a new phase of being. You've entered a new space for yourself, which it's exciting and it can be scary, but you're ready. You're so ready to be in that space. I'm excited for you. I think that for you, it's really going to be about releasing all that doesn't serve you. And how you're going to go about doing that is really asking for assistance when you're uncomfortable. Really saying, being open about like, all right, this makes me a little uncomfortable, I feel a little nervous, I feel a little guarded. And then like when you're saying I feel nervous, guarded, and uncomfortable and blah blah blah, like is saying, okay, so help me to release that, help me to know that that's fear. And like when I operate from fear, I get more things to be fearful of. When I operate from love and like saying, you know what, I'm gonna hold a healthy boundary for myself, that's self-love. You know, when I'm going to be clear about my intention. I'm going to, you know, when you operate from a space of self-love, then love continues to expand, as opposed to fear that you are not able to trust yourself in making the right decisions, because you're making the right decisions. You don't have to be guarded. And I think you feel that, and I think you sense that, and you've been waiting for the nudge to take that leap of faith and like just go for it. Just do it. You will be so supported right now. I don't know if this is a new like business endeavor for you. I don't know if this is a new relationship for you, but there's just something very new and very different, and you're not knowing if it's going to support you in the long run, and like not knowing if it's just like a fantasy world that you're stepping into, because the King of Cups is also the King of Cups. The Knight of Cups is really somebody who maybe is in a little bit of a fantasy world, but the other cards that you get really support the longevity of this, and they say, you know what, it's starting from this youthful like teenagey kind of vibration, but it's going to grow and it's going to be supported into something that's far more mature. And so understand that every new beginning is a beginning somewhere, and that beginning in and of itself is almost like that little child. It's the little baby seed that has to then grow. Even if it's like a business, like you start from this little baby seed of a business and then it grows and it expands. But if you're not going to even take the first step, there's not going to be any expansion. You're just going to be sitting on this energy, and it's going to turn into nervous energy, and then you're going to almost be like very frustrated. So I feel for you, my loves. It's all about knowing that you're supported on this exciting journey, and I think that you've put in a lot of personal work to get you to this space where you feel like you can actually take the next step. And whether that's been like personal work in your love life, unlocking some of your personal traumas, unlocking your concepts of value and self-worth and all that other stuff, like whatever that personal work is for you, you're doing it. is happening, and you're starting to attract now something new because you are actually doing the work. That is so fire. Like, that is like, yo, that's where we all want to be. We all want to be in a space where we're doing the work and we start to see the results of having done the work. And so you're in a space where you're now beginning to see the beginning of what it means to be doing the work, and it looks good. It's looking real good for you. Be excited. That is perfectly okay. If you need to ground yourself, like, honestly, I almost feel like you need to release some of that excited energy. And that's okay. Like, go dance, go party. I mean, well, you can't go anywhere if you're watching this in 2020, but almost like celebrate yourself and the hard work that you've done, because this is a celebratory time for you in the way that you're feeling. So I want you to feel like you can celebrate yourself, even if it's like on that Zoom call or that like Google Meets chat or whatever, and you're like partying with your friends and putting on some music, or being able to like stand alone in your living room and just do a whole thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, who and where you're at in that celebration is irrelevant. It's just about moving that excited energy, because there is something to celebrate. And I think the more that you celebrate and find gratitude for this work that you've put in for yourself, the more clear it is that this is a very good new beginning for you. Like, so it's almost like you gotta live it and then it'll be there. You can't be like, I'm gonna have a successful business one day. You gotta live your life like you are a successful business person. You gotta live your life like that, and then it'll come to you like that. But when you're like, I'm gonna do that one day, but it's gonna be effortful, you know, then it's like, okay, well, here's all this stuff that you gotta work on and put all this effort towards, then. But when you just have the vibration of already being that or doing that or seeing that, you know what I mean? Like, when your vibration is like, this already exists for me, like, this is just what it already is, then you are like an immediate vibrational match for whatever it is that you want. And I feel like I can say this to you because whoever you are, whoever's watching this, like, I feel like I can say this to this grouping of people because you've put in the work. And like, what people don't realize is like, you can't manifest from a space of unworthiness. Like, you can't manifest worth from a space of unworthiness. You can't manifest abundance from feeling like you're undervalued. Like, you can't be like, well, I deserve that, you know, that's fucked up, blah blah blah. You gotta be like, yo, I'm so fly, like, I'm so abundant, like, everything just flows easily and freely to me. Like, I don't even know what happens. Miracles happen to me every day. It's crazy. You gotta see it to believe it. Like, the shit that goes down for me, it's like doors just open for me when I come through. It's like, whoa, everything lines up and I got it. But when you're manifesting from a space of frustration, that shit just doesn't align, and like, you can't do it. But that also means tapping into the shadowy aspect and like working on that shadowy aspect to better understand where it is that you're like missing the mark in your alignment with your truth, your personal truth, right? And so that's like when I'm talking about like shadow work and doing the work and work like that, it's not to say that love and light is not important, because it's very important. It's what gets you out of the shadowy aspect. But first, you've got to acknowledge what's keeping you stuck in the pattern, and like, you've done that. I feel like you're getting this reading of like, yo, you looked into it, you've been doing the work, you've been doing it, and now you get everything that you wanted. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense, because that's so like, that's such a beautiful reading. If this resonates with you, I'm so excited for you. I am almost like, I get this excited energy reading it. Yeah. Anyways, so my loves, that's awesome. If that resonates with you, feel free to like, share, subscribe, comment. If you want a deeper reading, you can DM me on my Instagram. That is sasha.pez, sasha.pez. I will leave that down below in the description box so you can check it out. But otherwise, enjoy, celebrate, have a drink for me. You guys are so amazing. Stay blessed. Bye.